If you're in digital advertising, you know the last few years have felt, well, kind of like trying to navigate a massive earthquake. Everything that worked for a decade just suddenly shattered. Today, we're going to talk about Meta's answer to that earthquake, a complete ground up re architecture of its ad system. And listen, this isn't just another update, it's a whole new world with a brand new set of rules. All right, let's dive into this survival guide. It all really starts with this one big question. Because for so many advertisers, this is exactly what happened around 2021. Campaigns that were just printing money suddenly fell off a cliff. Performance tanked, costs went through the roof, and nobody could figure out why. It felt like the entire game changed overnight. Because, well, it did. You see, before 2021, we are all living in what you could call the deterministic era. Thanks to things like cookies and device IDs, we could track a user's journey with almost perfect clarity. But then, April 2021 happened. Apple launched App Tracking Transparency, or ATT. And just like that, boom, we were thrown headfirst into the probabilistic era, where that clean, user-level tracking just collapsed. This wasn't just a big deal. It was the single biggest disruption in the history of digital advertising. So what was the immediate damage from Apple's big move? The number is, honestly, it's staggering. 73%. Just let that sink in for a second. 73% of all iPhone user activity, poof, became invisible to advertisers, basically overnight. It's like Apple just walked over and turned off the lights. This signal crisis caused a catastrophic failure, breaking the three pillars of advertising. I mean, targeting became a total guessing game, attribution went completely blind, and the optimization algorithms, they just stalled out because they had no ground truth to learn from anymore. So, Meta is staring down a potential $10 billion hit to the revenue. What do? Well, they didn't just try to patch the old system. Nope. They rebuilt it from the ground up. The answer is what we now know as Advantage Plus. And it's so important to get this. This isn't just some new feature. It's a fundamental strategic pivot from human control to an AI-driven autopilot that's designed to fly in the dark. The whole philosophy behind this brand new system really boils down to just one word: liquidity. And what that means in practice is giving the AI the maximum amount of freedom possible. We're talking no more tiny, fragmented audiences, no more nitpicky manual placement selections. It's all about letting the AI find the cheapest, most effective path to a conversion, wherever on earth that may be. This slide really just nails the whole strategic shift, doesn't it? The old way was all about manual targeting and dozens of fragmented ad sets, with you, the human, as the operator. The Advantage Plus way? It's all about broad liquidity and consolidated campaigns with the AI as the autopilot. Your job is no longer to be down in the weeds, pulling all the little levers. Okay, so we're handing the keys over to this black box AI, and I get it, that can feel terrifying, but it's not magic, it's just incredibly complex engineering. So let's pop the hood and take a simplified look at the engine that's now driving all of your ad performance. So in the few milliseconds right before an ad is shown to a user, this little three-step dance happens. First, a system called Andromeda finds all the potential ads. Second, another system called Lattice predicts which one of those ads is going to be the winner. And third, a newer system called Gem actually understands what's in the ad to make that match just perfect. The best way to think about Andromeda is as a super librarian. Imagine a library with millions and millions of books, or in this case, ads. Andromeda can instantly scan all of them and find the few hundred most relevant options for one specific reader. It's the system that finds the needle in the haystack, but like a million times a second. Okay, so once Andromeda presents the options, that's when Lattice, the master forecaster, steps in. This is the prediction engine. Even with all that missing data from Apple, Lattice uses everything it knows about user behavior on Meta's apps to predict, with scary accuracy, which user is most likely to convert on which app. And finally, we have Gem, the creative expert. And folks, this is the real game changer. Gem doesn't just see an ad, it understands it. It sees the vegan leather in your product shot. It understands the feeling of a family on a beach in your video. This ability for the AI to understand the actual content of your creative is what unlocks the huge strategic shift we're about to talk about. So all this amazing tech is great, but what does it actually mean for your day-to-day job? Well, it means the old playbook is basically obsolete. You have to throw it out and start playing by a completely new set of rules. Think about it. In the old world, your number one job was audience selection. You'd spend hours building the perfect lookalike audiences or layering dozens of interests just trying to define the exact little box of people to show your ad to. In the Advantage Plus world, that's completely flipped on its head. You don't find the audience anymore. Your creative does. The ad itself acts like a powerful magnet, pulling the right people out of this vast, undifferentiated ocean of users. This quote right here is the new mantra. Creative is the new targeting. Your job is fundamentally shifted from being a media buyer to being a creative strategist. You're like a Michelin star chef, and your only job is to feed the AI a diverse, delicious menu of high-quality creative ingredients so it can go and work its magic. But let's get practical for a minute. What happens when the AI goes off the rails? We've all seen this, right? You wake up, you check your ad account, and 80% of your daily budget was torched by 9 a.m. with almost nothing to show for. This budget dumping is a super common problem. The solution is actually pretty simple. You have to apply the brakes. A cost cap, or what Meta now calls a cost per result goal, is your control mechanism. It gives the AI a direct order. Hey, do not spend a single dollar unless you are highly confident you can get me a customer at this price. This enforces discipline, and it smooths out your spending across the entire day. Now, here's the other big trap. Your campaign's return on ad spend looks amazing, but you've got this sinking feeling that you're just selling to the same people over and over and over again. The AI absolutely loves the low-hanging fruit of retargeting, but that is not how you grow a business. Luckily, Meta has a built-in tool for this exact problem. It's called the existing customer budget cap. By setting this to a low percentage, maybe 10 or 15%, you force the algorithm to stop snacking on those easy conversions and to actually go out into the wild and hunt for genuinely new customers. This is how you drive real, actual growth. Look, this entire system, as incredible as it is really just the beginning. The shift to automation was phase one. The next phase, well, it's about to change the game all over again, because the future isn't just automated, it's generative. That's right. The AI's job is evolving from simply delivering the ads to actually creating them. We are moving from a world where you have to feed the machine creative to one where the machine starts to create its own food. And I'm not talking about science fiction here. Meta is already testing internal models with code names like Mango and Avocado. The vision is mind-blowingly simple. You provide a website link and a business goal, like maximize profit, and the AI will generate the images, the videos, and the copy, and then run the whole campaign for you. Which brings us to our final, and I think pretty provocative question. In a world where the AI makes the creative, targets the audience, and buys all the media, what is the advertiser's job? What is your job? That's the question we all need to start thinking about, starting right now.